Hello and welcome to Good Honcast. My name is SUNSfan. Joining me as always xenocide, and this is the S2 versus community event. And so far, I believe the stats are at 2-3.
Yep.
And right now, but for the games that we've cast, they're 1-1. And this is going to be a 3 versus 3 on Grimm's Crossing. How's it going, Xeno?
Well, first and foremost, I'm not going to lie. It has been quite some time since we've had the opportunity to cast on this map before, and I have very bitter memories of this map. It seems like every single time I play, it's always like we're messing around, we think we're going to have a fun time, we think we're going to win, and apparently like there's some hardcore like 3v3 teams out there, because I have gotten absolutely crapped on the 1 or 2 times that I have played Grimm's Crossing. But anyways, I'm excited to see something a little bit different. This is a 3v3. This is S2, of course, versus the community. And we'll get to see, I guess, some different playing styles here, as you guys can already kind of get a sense of, based off of the lineups. I mean, 3 melee heroes right off the bat.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing.
S2. Obviously, Amon-Ra is very, very powerful in pretty much every single game he plays. They also have Jeremiah and Devourer. Heroes like Devourer or people that have like long channeling disables, I think, are a little bit more powerful when you have games with just less people in there, because there's less total stuns. And obviously items like Nullstone and all that are even more important. So just stick with us. This will be a little bit more casual and relaxed, I think, as wow.
Oh yeah, the last time we cast this map, it was a 2v2 tournament. And that's when we got a lot of fans, because all we did was talk about our stories, which we'll try to refrain from as much as possible, but can't promise anything. As you can see, there's a teleporting function here in mid, both sides, basically teleporting from one teleporter to another, so it adds a little bit of different mechanic to the game.
And I don't know about you, but for me, mine look like panda teleporters, because they're all black and white, and I think my models are messed up. But that's okay, because it looks like the rest of the map is adequately not terrible.
But something that people need to keep in mind is, in a map like this where, I mean, the game is balanced based on 5v5. I mean, let's not kid ourselves here, right? So, anytime there's a 3v3 or something like that, certain heroes are going to be much more powerful, and one that comes to mind, although this was AP, so they didn't really get to ban, and they didn't get picked somehow. One in specific is Succubus, is probably the best pick in a game like this.
Yeah, I mean, Succubus
basically
is already...
with 3 disables of sorts.
Now, what's your opinion on
all
this?
3 players.
Do you think that Succubus is an underpicked hero right now, or do you just think that the game just doesn't suit her being picked at this point?
Probably the latter.
Because...
But it's still I mean, as far as a mid hero, it's probably, like I've said, top 3 best mid heroes in the game for a normal map. But it's just, I think with all the ganking and whatnot, just doesn't really fit in as much, but probably a little still underplayed, obviously. It's a great hero. But back to this game, we got Jeremiah and Devourer in the lane versus a Wretched Hag. So Wretched Hag, I would think, would be fine until Devourer gets level 6, but she's going to be out-leveling them as being a solo hero. And then in the bottom lane, we have Plague Rider and Monkey King versus the Amon-Ra, who similarly will probably be okay because of his survivability. Although Devourer now might be ganking here at bottom. He's just going to run around, looks like. Maybe they're just completely switching these lanes. It might be Devourer and Amon-Ra now.
Yeah, they might feel comfortable having Jeremiah up there at that top lane. He should be okay against Wretched Hag. Maybe even put some harass onto... Hag, depending on how he decides to level his abilities, looks like he already has 1 point in Dislo, so looking to be very aggressive is Mr. Phoenix. That's just how I'm going to say your name. I'm not going to mess around with any of the strange vowels or anything like that.
I would say Phoenix. What else would it be? Fanux?
Fanux. I really got nothing on that one.
Well, knowing your pronunciation on certain words of the foreign descent.
Oh, okay. Okay, Mr.
What?
Right.
Rickamaroo? Got a problem with that?
Yeah, it sounds like an Australian kangaroo or something.
Yeah, what's the problem with that exactly?
Oh, it'd be
That's great.
Anyways,
exactly.
Back of course to the game at hand, which is this wonderful 3v3. We do have a 2v2 matchup at bottom. Meanwhile, we have a lot of harass right off the bat from Jeremiah, and the great thing about Jeremiah is he, again, with that slow, should just be able to chase down an auto attack until until Wretched Hag decides to use some mana and Blink Away, which will keep her out of range of getting any kind of crazy, last hitting ability or anything like that. So I think overall, Jeremiah should actually have the advantage. And speaking of that, he does pick up the rune, which is centered right in the middle of this map here. And again, gonna look to continue to put pressure on. Is taking a lot of damage, but will.
Oh my god!
Oh wow, nice try by Wretched Hag juking through the trees, but not quite enough, as he will manage to escape with his life there, taking a little bit of damage from the level 1 dot from Hag, but definitely not enough to kill him. So good play by him, taking advantage of the rune. And
yeah, that's an interesting mechanic in this map as well. The fact that you know where the rune is going to be every single time.
Yeah.
And I would think that somebody like Wretched Hag, who just picked up a bottle, so I expect her to basically get every rune from now on. As we're going to have Action Bottom, Amon-Ra's going to get hooked. Unfortunately, that's his teammate in Devour. Basically, I mean, I guess it was a decent save, but I don't think he was really in any trouble since the Legion side, community side, does not have any mana at the moment. But obviously a very aggressive lineup at this bottom lane for S2, and we'll see if Devour can end up landing some hooks here.
Yeah, and just to kind of run over the general parts of this map, there obviously are... what kind of hook is that? There are only 2 lanes in this game, which means, of course, there are only 2 barracks. The map is a much smaller in overall scale than the 5v5 map. For obvious reasons, there's just less people, as we have maybe some aggression here. The slow aura from Jeremiah being very beneficial to the S2 team, as now we might see them loop back and try and get Monkey King here. The one thing you can see is there's lots of juke paths through the trees in basically both sides of the lane. You have these long kind of side pathways that allow people to move around. It's a great ult from Hag, does a lot of damage, but unfortunately I think Hag will get taken down now. Does not get out of range of Amon-Ra's passive, so couldn't pop the bottle. It's not looking good. And finally, the long chase down the pathway ends with Wretched Hag dying. So it's an interesting map. There's obviously a lot of mobility, and there are those 2 teleporters that are obviously completely bugged out on my screen for some reason, but they do allow you to teleport from one to the other. And really, the teleporters are a little bit weird for me. The couple times that I played this map, it's kind of like it would take you almost as long just to run across the map. You know, it's not like it's a substantial thing, and you can't really do that many like crazy jukey things with them. So
yeah, originally when they implemented it, I was like, oh, that's such a cool idea. But then when I looked at it, I was like, oh, well, I'm just teleporting like 100 feet the other side. But you definitely can, you know, make for some interesting gameplay depending on what lineups you have. As Devour is getting ready for a hook here on Plague, but fortunately not level 6 yet, so can't really follow it up without a teammate. And that's going to be pretty crucial for him. Jeremiah, in the meantime, has a pretty early, as we saw, a Ring of Sorcery. So he's farming relatively well. He's actually the top farmer in the game right now, 350 gold per minute. And on a map like this, I'm looking at the gold ticking, and it looks to be about the same as a normal 5v5 map, meaning you get 1 gold per second, as opposed to when you have levers in a 5v5 game, you get double the gold, basically, but that's not the case. So that's still a very early Ring of Sorcery.
And it looks like they do have Amon-Ra picking up a little invisibility rune, looking to set something up here at the bottom lane, but Plague is now level 6, so they need to be careful not to line up for some good bounces with that ult. I don't know, it's always interesting when you see these kind of games, as we have Initiation going on to Plague, but he does actually get the ult off, so we'll get a couple decent bounces. We'll see if it's enough to at least take down Ra, as Ra's first death goes down, but of course he is back once again, as he did have his ult up. And we'll see if, man, they're doing a lot of damage to Ra, actually. Doesn't have that much in the way of health, only rocking 834 HP. Likely he did have
interesting choice.
Up, though, so.
Yeah, that, and he picks up the Helm of the
Victim.
Victim.
I don't know what's up with that. That seems a little bit odd.
It does give regen. Well, it does give regen and armor, but not as much, obviously.
But you're getting armor against the team that's not going to be doing that much physical damage right off the bat. But hey, doesn't seem to be costing him all too much right now.
So if Reeves was here, I'd be asking him who has the better late game, so I'll just ask you. Who do you think has a better late game, Xeno?
I mean, technically speaking, it would be the Legion team. But again, this is 3v3, and things played a little bit differently. I really don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you have a Devour and a Amon-Ra who take off mid-game, where I think mid-game might be extended a little bit here, or not extended, but come earlier. Where basically, I would consider this close to being the start of mid-game. be honest, just because everybody's basically getting close to solo experience. So that's going to aid in that.
Yeah, getting a lot more levels and all that fun stuff, but we do have some action on this Amon-Ra, who I don't understand his build here. I mean, I guess it's fine going straight for the Shaman's Headdress, given that you are going against a lot of, magic damage dealing people. But at the same time, just getting a bunch of regen and health is an important step to being functional at the early part of the game, and he just doesn't have that much health right now. Still hasn't picked up boots. Maybe if he grabbed some steam boots, that would give him some health too. So, just
at this point, I'd go for steam boots first before going for that helm. No doubt. As looks like Wretched Hag's going to pick up that haste rune that was in, of course, middle. He's going to most likely pop it here as Jeremiah somewhat initiates on the Wretched Hag. Wretched Hag is going to come back and perhaps counter-initiate, but Jeremiah is not really afraid of anybody right now. And there's the ultimate from Jeremiah. They're going to be able to tower dive to their heart's content. Plague Rider has not... His ult's up in 2 seconds. Is he going to use it here is the question. Chase is going to continue on to Monkey King.
If he can get it off,
Plague Rider might be able to get his ult off here. Oh, no bounces for him, unfortunately. Not too much damage considering he has a Shaman's Headdress. But Monkey King and Ra are very, very low, and Wretched Hag's going to try to kite him. Ra's going to just... Whoop! He teleport. There you go. There's the teleport.
That was a good use of the teleport.
Yeah, there you go. So they didn't follow him. But it's understandable, I guess. Not too much mana on Wretched Hag to follow him up, but... So the death on Monkey King... I'm honestly surprised that the community team, Legion, didn't really follow up very much. Didn't actually get a kill out of that, surprisingly.
Yeah, it seemed like that could have gone much better. Hag was playing very passive for having, a haste rune and Amon-Ra being that low. Wasn't really at any risk of taking any damage. Very easy to dodge Amon-Ra's stun, with haste especially, so Amon-Ra ended up getting away by using that teleport, so good job by him. What are you gonna do?
We're gonna, again, like I've been talking about, I'm pretty sure Wretched Hag is gonna absolutely dominate the rune control now, because unless somebody can just camp the rune on Hellborn's side, that should be an easy get to every time. Yeah,
well, Hellborn is the only people with S2. That Phoenix and Jamestown throwing down double wards up on that little clip there. I guess so they have vision of kind of the whole Legion side and also the rune, which is interesting. It's always interesting to see how people play sports in a map that we really just haven't played that much. Meanwhile, at bottom we have Monkey King taking a lot of damage from Amon-Ra, but of course he's a very, very nimble hero, so not really too much of a risk there as he decides to use his spells on an illusion, but that's okay.
Yeah, looking at items, not too much to go by here. Devour's starting to work on his Shaman's Headdress as well. Basically has the Ring of Regen along with Mystic Vestments, and looks like initiation from Amon-Ra on top of Plague Rider. Unfortunately not going to hit his stun, but obviously going to... wow, a lot of damage going out there. He's going to get killed thanks to the heal from Jeremiah. Meanwhile, Devour was devouring Wretched Hag, but Wretched Hag was able to blink away just in time before the follow-up from the Hellborn team could follow it up. Oh, speaking of that, I just to verify, what is your gold experience leads right now?
It is in favor of S2, 2.8k in gold.
Alright, so not even close to what I... Right now it shows... Actually, now that I look at it, it shows different figures for both sides, so it doesn't make sense at all. Very interesting. Very nice. As Devour's going to hook nobody, unfortunately, but they're going to get this tier 1 tower. Ooh, a nice ultimate from Wretched Hag on top of everybody, basically. A huge ult from Plague Rider, going to basically nullify that ultimate from Jeremiah. And wow, 2 dead for Hellborn. Although Ra comes back and somehow off cooldown already. Devour's going to deny himself, but Plague Rider did die in the meantime, so technically still a 2-for-1 trade. 3-for-1 trade, as Ra also gets killed.
Nice.
Unfortunately, Devour did deny himself, but still, better get that.
Community team, yeah, making a little comeback there.
Oh, very aggressive play by S2.
Well, that was the first 2 kills that they got this game, and it was a genocide, so that's always a nice little boost to their morale and their golden experiences. That's kind of even things out a lot more than it was before. But Monkey King's like, God, why can't I just kill an S2 freaking staff member? What's wrong with me? Mr. Crowbar there. Not thrilled.
Why can't I get my fist S2 kills?
So he's either wanting to fist someone, which is a little deviant sexually, or he just misspelled it.
Okay. Just making sure. He does pick up Helm of Black Legion, so he's going to be a little bit more tanky now, but Obviously, Hellborn in the lead right now. There's a nice hook from Devour on top of Monkey King. Wretched Hag's there, but he can't stun him, obviously. But Monkey King is going to be able to leap away and actually going to initiate back onto Devour. Nice heal from Jerazai, going to be almost killing Monkey King. He's going to try to TP away, but will die in the... Wait, did he die?
Nope.
You're kidding. Oh,
well, he is going to die eventually here, I would imagine. He does get taken down by Amon-Ra. Gets a double kill. Man, really throwing down the damage here without really having that much health.
Wow.
But,
Playground gets killed, but Devour ends up denying himself yet again.
That shouldn't count as a genocide, should it? Maybe you deny yourself. I mean, obviously you still kill everyone on the team, but I don't know. Amon-Ra obviously being very effective so far in this game. 6-1 and 2. He's really thrown it down as far as the kills go, and he still doesn't have that much health. Did get him his steam boost, so it kind of gave him that extra little boost that he needed to tank some more of the damage coming out from the Legion team. But
yeah, they're gonna get this tier 2 or tier 1.
Yeah,
looks like a tier 2, but it's a tier 1. Now the next. Whoa! Wretched Haggle not really going to do too much. Jerazai and Amon-Ra are now on the defensive. They're going to try to run away from this Wretched Hag who basically blew all our skills. Jerazai is going to pop Soul's Blessing, and there's a stun from Ra going to catch Wretched Hag, and that should be enough for them to get away.
Yeah, it was a good job by them, at least making sure that they both survived, and unfortunately for Wretched Hag, Jerazai put on the energy shield, and basically that ult did... I don't think it really did anything, did it?
Energy shield? What in
energy,
God's name?
Whatever. What is it called?
What is energy? There's nothing called energy.
Protective charm.
Energy shield, yes. The shield of energy. It sounds like something that should... That's like a electrician type thing, I would think. I don't know if he has vision on this Wretched Hag, but nope, looks like he's just going to run up next to her. Wretched Hag is going to use invisibility, though.
Yeah, well, he knows that Hag's there. Unfortunately, no way of finding them, as they're deciding to just use that teleport once again. Basically, the main unique part about this map is to use this teleport as I don't really know what's gonna happen here in the long term. As I mean, they have so many tanky players there. As again, Playrider's just getting chased back. Amon-Ra, if you're Amon-Ra right now, especially with your ult not being up apparently, but either way, he's by far the most dominant hero in this game, especially mid game. So, what is that?
No.
Oh, Plague Rider.
Oh boy, that's a big wasted ult there. So, I mean, now Hellborn has obviously the advantage, but also they have heroes that take off during this point of the game. So it's gonna be very tough for Legion to come back in this game, in my opinion. Monkey King really needs to be the catalyst here. Wow, Wretched Hag is gonna get absolutely insta-gib there. Not sure what happened there. Invisibility just ran out and she just stood there or something. Not paying attention.
Either way, it was a surprise to both us and Wretched Hag apparently. As Nightcrow throwing up the big WTF, not knowing what the heck happened to him, other than him getting absolutely stomped on. So, what do you think as far as items so far? It looks like Jerazai might be going for a Sheepstick or Frostfield Plate. Which actually, I'm hoping for the Frostfield Plate. As a nice hook goes on to Monkey King, tries to dash away, but unfortunately not in time. Monkey King's pretty tanky, I mean, as far as health goes. Looking at the health, 1400 HP is second most in the game right now, so definitely Devour could not do enough to tank that.
I don't think we mentioned this, and it hasn't really been that obvious, but Wretched Hag went for Haunt max out right away instead of maxing out Blink, which in this game I don't necessarily disagree with. In fact, you have pretty melee, so to be able to kite them, although we haven't really seen that come into effect too often here. And there's a hook from Devour going to be put onto Wretched Hag, and another... Oh, he's going to barely blink away. Nice stun from Amon-Ra, but just not in time. They're going to have to back that horse up. Amon-Ra picks up Spell Shard, so going for a complete mid-game build here. Doing a ton of damage. They're going to try to take down this Tier 2 tower slowly but surely. Can you even call it... Yeah, because it still is a Tier 2 tower. But
yeah, I think technically. Base tower, whatever you want to choose to label these things.
I find the middle... the World Tree guarded by this random tower, like in the random spot. Though it technically is in the middle, but it seems weird, doesn't it?
I don't know. This whole map seems a little bit weird to me, but I'm very stubborn and can't adapt to anything, so.
Thinking about adapting anything, we don't have an upgraded courier by S2 yet. Mainly because they don't even have a...
The community team has one, huh?
Support hero.
Go community team. better at
as
supporting.
Jerazai is going to get initiated on. He's going to get absolutely stomped, just jungling for whatever reason, trying to steal the community's junglers, but he gets paid, or he gets...
But at what cost?
I'm trying not to say my usual line, actually, so...
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah.
I mean, this game right now is definitely not going in the community's favor. Unfortunately for us, because I could use as many summer. Because as we get is a very nice hook, goes on to Plague Rider, gets ulted as well. I think one thing that some people always forget playing against Devour is how quickly his ultimate comes back off cooldown. So he's been using that to great effect, especially shutting down Hag, preventing her from blinking away. Oh, that wasn't Hag in that case. Overall, it's going to be an interesting time trying to come back to this. Monkey King's putting out a lot of damage. Great job using the slam. There goes Amon-Ra, but there's the ultimate. Once again, he's going to try and get back and recoup some of his health. The other benefit to Amon-Ra is he has just great regen throughout the entire game. And, you know, a little level 4 heal action coming in from Jerazai always helps too. So,
well, with how aggressive they want to be and what they're actually being, I think a portal key on either Devour or Amon-Ra would be top tier pickup at this point.
Yeah, just something to give them a little bit more initiation. You know, right now their initiation has been reliant on Devour's hooks, and to be honest, he's been doing a good job of at least hitting people and all that. And we're gonna have some action here. A decent ult coming in, but there's a protective charm from Jerazai, at least preventing some of that damage. They're gonna keep pushing here. Man, look at all that damage being thrown out by Amon-Ra. Unfortunately, they haven't really been able to chase anyone down yet. They're almost all the way back to their fountain. We're going to see if maybe they can turn around a little bit. Great job ulting from Devour. I thought he was going to go down to Wretched Hag, but he shuts her down at the last second. And it looks like they're going to have to fall back with Monkey King chasing. He can pick up a kill here. We'll see what he decides to do. The stun misses from Amon-Ra, and now we have Monkey King using all of the spells to advantage, dashing around the map and getting a kill there. Oh, wow!
My God.
There's a hook from Devour. Devour might be in a little bit of trouble now, but does pick up, yeah, at least the kill onto Plague. So we'll see if this Monkey King can...
He's 15 of mana from being able to ulti.
Come on, where...
Oh, man, he wants
this
to
might
so
be
bad.
close. Oh, no!
Oh, my God.
The
3 mana.
Is... Oh, there's a stun, and there it is.
He used it for half a second.
He used it, but still, it's the principle of the matter. All that juking, he had to feel like he's like, oh, yeah, that's what's up.
I mean, the beautiful thing about Devour in a game like this is, especially when you have 3 melee and no actual support heroes, you can, once you pick up that Shaman's Headdress and some sort of boots, which he opted for Striders in this case, you can start buying the wards because you don't really need any additional items. It'll help, but you don't need them. Obviously, wards are very important, as we've seen basically a couple fights down in the middle towards the ruin areas. Amon-Ra is going to have Haunt placed on it. As you can see, it slows quite a bit, and there's another slow from Plague Rider. It looks like they're going to get. It looks like he's going to get killed.
A little bit of trouble there. I mean, the one other thing to consider, of course, is that until you get an item to maybe help you out with that, Wretched Hag can't really stun off Devour. Plague can with the ult, but that's really about it. And so Devour, I mean, he can basically go in and chomp on anyone he pleases and not really run the risk of having anyone break off his ult prematurely, I guess. So channeling, again, those channeling heroes are just very powerful, and they have this long, really annoying disables.
Yeah, now it looks like Jerazai and Devour are going to be in a battle here. 2v3 battle, see how it comes out. Wretched Hag getting devoured, but be able to blink away, obviously. Looked like Plague Rider really wanted to use his ult there. He's going to use it now, but again, the creeps are just going to absolutely... wow, that's a lot of damage. Some nice bounces there. Nice Wretched Hag ult. Jerazai's ult went just off it. But unfortunately, it doesn't block magic damage, as we all know. Now Devour's going to be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to go down as well. Meanwhile, where's Ra? He's just in base doing nothing. So 2v3 ended up going in the favor of community. I mean, things like that really can bring team morale up. And perhaps, I mean, obviously they're still down, but...
Well, it went
like
from like 6 to 0 to like 8 to 15, which isn't bad, and that was a pretty big team fight for them. Obviously, taking off Amon-Ra early and Amon-Ra not having his ult up is a very big deal in that encounter, but that was a very good ult from Wretched Hag. They're barely managed to catch that Jerazai at the fringe of the ult right before Jerazai maybe got his ult off. Maybe he could have gotten a little regen going and survived that, but good ult from Hag that fight.
And looking at the items, Jerazai really hasn't progressed past the original Acolyte staff, so he does have some money, so I'm wondering where that. Maybe it's in his stash somewhere.
Yeah, it's either that or he's just, I don't know, he's been spending it all on hookers or something. Like Devour.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him whatsoever. Amon-Ra is going to go 3v1 balls out mode. Devour's going to join the fight, though. Wretched Hag's still invisible. Mishook from Devour, not going to be able to initiate here. That's what we're talking about. Basically, they're relying on that initiation because it's somewhat easy to dodge Amon-Ra's path of destruction. And as I say that, he's stunned Plague Rider, who picks up a Astrolabe, so going to be using that right there. And it looks like they're going to be on the defensive here. Plague Rider not able to get his ult up because he's still on cooldown. Just a few seconds left. Now it's a 3v2. He's dead for 36 seconds. They should be able to maybe get this tier 2 tower here with ease. Check still invisible. Does not have ult though.
No, I've had enough of this. What do you think about Amon-Ra's items?
Let's see what he has.
So he did pick up that Frostfield Plate. So big shout out to Jeremiah for rocking the cool items. Spell shards.
We've talked about it, but he upgraded it. Yeah.
Just in general, that's like the worst item you could possibly get, and that's not really true. But
it's an item that you pick up in this case because you're dominating and you're a mid-game team.
Yeah, but still,
you
scale up with health and you're playing against some burst damage tankers. As the ult comes in from Jeremiah, not from Jeremiah, from Plague Rider, actually going to do a lot of damage there. And again, you have another team fight that's really going in the favor of the community team. Raw, of course, does come back, but takes a lot of damage since he didn't get any health. Yeah, good job getting that spell shards. Amon-Ra. As Devour is now in a lot of trouble too, and you know he got a barrier idol, which is a good item to pick up this game against a lot of that magic damage. But unfortunately for him, the rest of his team could not really stick around and survive, and that's another genocide. It's now 11-16. Another 3-0 swing, and you can see that experience at the very least is almost even for both teams.
Yeah, we're gonna have a counter offensive here. Push on the. I think this is gonna be their first tower if they manage to get it. Wretched Hag has an Acolyte staff as well, so she picked up a Mana Tube. Actually, it's on in her stash or something like that. So she's gonna be going Sheepstick as well, or not as well. It's right. You said Frostfield Player on Jeremiah, so which I actually think, although they don't have any stuns really on Legion. Like any, I guess Monkey King to some degree, but not really any reliable stuns that you want to just spam. And I think Sheepstick's obviously going to be very helpful for that. But if you really think about it, Frostfield Plate, also excellent, just based on the fact that the slow against 3 melee is going to be crucial.
Against what?
3 melee heroes? Talking about if Wretched Hag chose to get
I see
the
what you mean.
Frostfield.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Jeremiah. I'm like, what the heck are you smoking here?
Yeah, that melee.
As the actual Frostfield Plate goes out from Jeremiah here along with his ultimate, so we'll see if maybe they can turn this around here with Plague Rider taking a lot of damage, not even able to get any spells off. Meanwhile, you have Devour just running around, being the fat little tank that he is, or fat big tank in this case. Meanwhile, we have Monkey King looping back into the fight. We'll see if he just decides to head back to the fountains or what. It is 3-2 in favor of Team S2 right now. We'll see if they want to put some pressure onto these ranged or melee barracks and see what they do as the stun comes in and hits Wretched Hag. Wow.
He's alive.
A lot of damage, but does manage to blink away here. And they're just going to keep putting some pressure onto the both racks. Not really able to get that much damage. There's another Frostfield Plate.
You see how close they are to the fountain.
Yeah. This is the one thing that I've always been frustrated with this map. Go back and heal. It's a missed hook, and man, there's just... You're very upset right now. Very upset.
Hag completely missed her ult.
Yeah,
it's like she's aiming for the barracks or something. It looks like they're going to easily get... Oh, there's a Plague Rider going to initiate, but Devour is basically going to get the kill on Wretched Hag. She does fall in the end. Plague Rider ult's still very good, but again, so tanky, as all 3 are up now thanks to that Amon-Ra ultimate. And again, I mean, they're so close to the fountain, though, so they can't really dive too much, but they're going to easily get this frag, so that's going to be a major, major advantage for Hellborn at this point. And I don't know what they can do to come back in this game. Ra just has balls of steel, apparently.
Yeah, this is going to be a little rough for... I just noticed there's two crows. There's a night crow and there's a crowbar. I wonder if they're friends. Let's just figure out ways to incorporate crow into our name one way or another.
Crowbar, night crow. They're both on pulse, so I would assume they're friends. I don't know if that gave it away.
Maybe they hate each other. Maybe they're competing for the crow name. And one really wants it. As we see a little hasted, cuddly Jeremiah running around in circles, although he's gonna have that go off now. He's probably gonna end up going down, although he's just booking it out of there with those phase boots of his.
And he's going to use that teleport to his advantage here. He's very low on health, but he can't heal himself, so there's a protective shield on himself, so he's going to die. Meanwhile, Devour finally devouring Plague Rider instead of Hag, which is what he's opted to do this whole game for whatever reason. I think the game would have been over a while ago if he just opted not to do that. And Amon-Ra, wow, so much damage, but they're going to be able to kite a little bit with Wretched. Oh, a nice hook from Devour. What? Oh, she did die. She died mid-blink, so...
That
she died mid-blink.
By Devour, so...
And Ra finally going for some health, so got Axe of the Malphite. Going to help out in that regard quite a bit. And it's going to be a tough game to come back. Pretty much over.
Well,
by the way, for people listening...
You know, there's not 3 lanes, so...
Yeah, that too.
You're basically...
Which lane should we push?
Ooh, a little...
It's going to rage quit.
British rage quit there. Huh?
Anyway, for people that are listening and watching... do you know, Xeno, if there's going to be more 2v or 3v3s today? Pretty sure there is.
I honestly am not quite sure. I think they're playing 3v3s. I think they're playing casual. I think this game is actually.
Oh, by the way,
Europe,
this is casual mode. This is casual mode.
Yeah. So to basically answer the people's questions on a more general level, which is what games are they playing, what modes, blah 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 blah.
All of them.
They're trying to play pretty much everything to give everyone a chance to get into this game. So. If you're trying to figure out like what games your team of like 8 million people that you've been practicing for this event for like last week, you know, what games you want to play? I don't know. What is with these ults, man? Like,
I don't know. Now would be a good ult. Ra is going to die, but revive yet again, and I think he actually killed Hag with his ult. I don't think I've ever seen Ra kill somebody with his ult, personally.
Well, yeah,
I think
most
that's what
people
happened.
don't decide to stand there for like the 5 seconds that it takes to go off.
That was the point. Yes, as they're going to get another genocide. Now, for people listening and watching, if you're going to play in the 3v3, please, I beg of you to pick Succubus and auto-win the game.
Yeah, but you should go like Electrician, like Succubus, Devourer, or something. Like just some super cheesy lineup. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, just think about it. Succubus takes one person out of the fight every time with the sleep. Takes one person out of it physically if they have a physical DPS in her first skill, which I never remember the name of. Wow, that's actually... I should know that name. And then, of course, her ultimate. So that's 3 people essentially you're disabling in some regard, which becomes completely imbalanced in a game where there's only 3 players. So please, pick Succubus. If you want 10 gold. 10 silver, sorry.
A Legion barracks has been destroyed.
Yes, obviously the range racks gets taken out by the creeps pushing up there at top, and they're going to look to now take the final racks here at the bottom lane and just end this game once and for all. But I think they probably overextended a little bit. Devour is going to get absolutely melted. A decent ult from Plague Rider for once. You can see that Jeremiah's ult is temporarily keeping Amon-Ra alive, but he goes down as well, so...
Come back!
I feel like every single time we kind of think the game's over and S2 is just going to wrap it up, but it's like, oh, hey, there's a genocide for Team Community.
Hey, big throws can make anything happen in this world, ladies and gentlemen, so just remember that. That's a very important thing.
Look at him use that teleport. Yeah, what a beast.
I think there should be a delay. Like, if somebody teleports, then if somebody tries to teleport right after, give it like a second or 2 delay. That way you can actually use an escape mechanism as opposed to just a chase that ends up happening a different side of the map for no reason. If that makes sense.
I would agree with that, as it looks like we have Jeremiah going for a Mock of Brilliance.
Yeah, looks like it. I mean, that's just insult to injury at this point. I mean, Ra... pretty much done with the heart. I'm not sure if he completely finished it yet, but I know he had a Beast Heart and Axe of Malphite in his inventory. Ooh, Shrunken Head picked up on Plague Rider. That's interesting. I mean, look at the gold per minute. Somewhat even for the most part, other than Ra being up by about 100 gold per minute on anybody else, but the other two, not too bad considering how the game's gone, which is kind of surprising to me. Plague Rider the worst farmer in the game, obviously, but that's to be expected. Although he does have, like I said, Shrunken Head and an Astrolabe. You can't really ask for much more on a Plague Rider. Other than ulting more consistently.
Yeah, it looks like Jeremiah needs to be careful as they have initiation. A sheep goes on to him, so they're going to try and do as much damage as they can before he casts. Good job with it. Man, Devour getting that Fairy Idol out, absorbing a lot of this ult damage from Plague Rider. who kind of got some unlucky bounces there. We'll see if they can finish Jersey off, and they do. And now we're going to have Devour looking to maybe try and get back here as Amon-Ra is just pushing that bottom lane all by himself, trying to take down that melee Rax.
And I don't think they have any TPs.
Yeah,
well, this map's so small, we don't need TPs, brah.
Well, listen, they have this handy teleporters to move them like 5
has
feet.
been destroyed.
Yeah, and Ra still has 2 lives. I'd just stick to the range. I wouldn't even go for kills here. Like, just get Mega Freak and end it.
Unfortunately, looks like he's going to fall back, but that's
Pansy.
basically that one range Rax, like a final thing.
There you go.
Standing between them is basically what's going to happen here is we're going to have a little racing back and forth as at top Wretched Hag is almost going to die here. He's going to try and take down that tower. Meanwhile, we have Amon-Ra just sitting around auto-attacking the range Rax to see if he can finish this off here. I really just... The proximity of the Rax to the fountain, he can't make that fast enough.
Oh, come on. Well, he's like running around for some reason. Just hit the Rax. Jesus. Unfortunately, Plague Rider isn't going to be able to push too much with that Wretched Hag, who's basically dead. Amon-Ra, or I'm sorry, Jersey doesn't quite have the Maka Brilliance. Probably would have gotten the kill there if he did. Now the chase is on from Monkey King onto Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra should be fine at the end of the day. Monkey King is out of mana completely. Range Rax, the only thing really left standing here for the Hellborn, or Legion.
And we'll see if Devour Hook ends up missing it, unfortunately for him. So
he's almost done with a heart too. Jesus.
Again, this is kind of the point where the community team is dead in the water, but they're at least making a little bit of a fight of it at the very end here. What the heck? Fucking shrunken heads.
Yeah, used that for no reason. It's okay.
Just like his ultimate.
Just pick Succubus, community. You'll win these games, I promise you. These are automatic wins if you get Succubus. Plain and simple.
Yeah, this is like
Unless
an automatic...
you have 2 feeders.
Just think about it this way. There's like, what? I don't know how many actual accounts there are, but just multiply... Just for all the people that are on, that's like 60,000. So you're winning like 600,000 coins for all the people on. Just what takes the Succubus.
Yeah,
anyways,
exactly.
That little ult doesn't really do anything from Plague Rider.
Well, I think everybody gets coins, though. Is it just people that are on?
No, it's everyone. I just was too lazy to make any kind of guesstimate as far as how many people are actually have accounts, so I won't go there.
Yeah, we're going to have some team fight here, but actually Rod takes quite a bit of damage, does not have his ult to revive, so he will stay dead. Now Devour's trying to run away. He's going to use his ult on Monkey King, but I'm pretty sure that that's not going to do that much as physical damage. He's going to go through that good old-fashioned, what did you call it? Energy shield? Is that what you called it? I'm going to start calling it that now. Just to spite you. So Devour dead, and now Jersey's on the run. He's going to use that teleport, which he's going to get away for the time being, but somebody's going to follow him directly, basically nullifying the entire effect there, but he's going to be close to base, and that should be enough to get away. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. And honestly, what is with this game? Like, seriously, every single time that we think that SU's going to roll in and finish it, no. No more. And it's like the one time that the community team's like, yo, we're going to have a good team fight this time. Not waste our ult on, like, one guy where it doesn't bounce.
Oh, but he wants the ult.
I know you want to do it. Like, well, he's maybe trying to set it up for a decent ult this time. Does get a couple of
They don't
bounces,
spread at all.
Good job.
Late energy
I'll
shield.
give him credit for that. He had patience. He waited for the right moment. It's not going to matter. He's still dead.
Too easy.
It's because of the energy shield.
At least he tried to set it up right that.
The energy shield, bro. That's what happened.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna ignore you. Huh?
You know what the problem with that is? When we try doing more serious games, I'm actually gonna call it that and look like a complete idiot, and nobody will know why. And I'll just blame you somehow.
Nah, you always blame me.
True. Shrunken Head was picked up on Monkey King as well.
Alright, so can we call it this time?
A while ago.
Is this gonna be the actual end?
Well, if they focus the rack, like why are they even attacking Monkey King right now? As he takes down Ra, who's gonna come back. Just take down the racks.
Finish it!
Oh, Doombreaker on Jersey. I'm not going for Mach. Going hardcore mode here. He's gonna easily take down this rack himself.
Okay, there we go.
Now, if only the Legion team can pick that up, they might have a chance here. But freaking Monkey King taking a redonk amount of damage. Nice cock blocking by Wretched Hag there, preventing the kill. There's yet another Plague Rider, all gonna hit all that creeps and do a ton of damage to the creeps that basically take out the entire wave. No damage to Jersey because of that quote-unquote energy shield. Ra finally dies. Devour's also gonna die here. So 2-for-nothing trade as
Get that
Jeremiah
Doombringer.
with that Doombringer. Does he have energy shield soon? Yes, he does. Oh,
boy.
Frost feels so good.
It's actually going to be easy to pick this up and just go. Come on, let's go. Top, back door, win the game. No. No.
Oh boy.
Oh, no.
Tower dead,
The
and
Hellborn
the world
has
tree is
destroyed a
exposed
Legion's
like a,
Well, no, but that was like their one
Something.
chance. That was their one chance.
No, they can 2v3 a fight and have Hag just go back door.
Well, Hag
I
is
like
a
how
very
Monkey
mobile
King,
hero, so,
Monkey King dropped an item and killed it just to pick up the Doombringer, and then Wretched Hag already took it, unfortunately. As actually, Monkey King himself picks up a Slayer, so is he gonna go Doombringer? Which honestly, games like this, taking big risks when you're down like this is pretty much the only thing you can do. The only thing that will give you any kind of a chance to come back.
Well, if
And
you're Hag right
other
now, you
teams
need to be
throwing
like
as well.
camping out like outside of their base, maybe like pick up a TP instead of having that extra item in there. And just blink back and forth between, you know, like the Rex and the Forest, and get out if you're in too much trouble. Let your other two people attack and just keep harassing there. You know, at least try and keep them pinned down. Like, just try. Just for me. Like, I don't want to see the Hellborn team push and have Hag die by the fountain. That's not very exciting.
I think Hag really needs to just, I guess there's no Kongor, is there?
No.
It's unfortunate. That'd be interesting if there's a Kongor.
I feel like that was the last dying. There's just nothing left for us, the community supporters. I don't think Hag.
I don't know.
Hag has what it
Doombringer,
takes. At
I
this
wish
point.
Monkey King had picked it up though. Because he's doing the most damage by far.
Yeah.
In fact, that's on Wretched Hag. Although Wretched Hag is a little bit more elusive than Monkey King. Still prefer it on the hero that's doing the most damage. It looks like Hellborn's a little bit scared now. Heart is officially picked up on Devourer.
Well, I think they realized for like that brief moment there that they could have actually lost this game. At this point, they're probably feeling a little bit more comfortable, given that, I mean, Hag did absolutely nothing. But they probably don't want to throw the game at this point. So
Wow, that Doombringer is close to a throw.
another missed hook there coming in from Devourer. I don't know. I'm curious to see what's maybe like the deciding factor on when they decide to go in here. As the world tree is, I mean, it's literally like right on top of that fountain there, so it's going to make it very hard for them to push into.
Yeah, I mean they don't do that
base.
much physical damage, so they'll need like a Soul's Bulwark to help out, or they just need to genocide the Legion team. Basically, what it comes down to, and then you have to rely on them not being able to buy out, which it looks like Monkey King will be able to, and Plague Rider. So Wretched Hag is possibly the most important one now that she has Doombringer. So we'll see how that ends up playing out. Looks like there is an invisible Jeremiah, but they're going to see him with that Ward of Sight. No, they won't. He came out of it. Wards of Sight can't. Can't tell the difference between these candles. Like seriously.
Now, see,
What
since
is
I'm
the-
a nice guy, I won't make fun of you for being completely wrong. Unlike you.
What does
Yeah.
the rev look like? The candles. Is it just a blue rev?
Yeah.
Whatever.
It'll zoom in.
By the way, speaking of mistakes, looks like Balthagor got buffed in the last patch. I think
Yeah,
it went
big
from 6
shout
to 8
out.
Creeps.
I'm sure there's like 8 million people raging at you. But yeah, Belfagor definitely
Well,
got
honestly,
buffed.
okay, in my defense, although I was completely wrong and I admit it, the wording is very misleading. Like, you can't tell.
That's
like,
true.
you need
and
to say,
normally
like,
for
what
like the ones that are
previous
kind of
one was.
confusing, they have like in parentheses, you know, like, oh, it's
Right.
changed from this.
Especially for a hero that nobody plays. If Jeremiah is going to initiate on by, not be able to get, ooh, a nice, missed Wretched Hag, unfortunately. A nice hook on a Jeremiah, keeping him alive. Jeremiah going to pop that Soul Bulwark. Or Soul whatever it's called.
And he collapses. You're watching the downfall of SUNSfan trying to figure out the names of things.
Oh god,
All
Souls.
starting with the word of breath.
Souls. Monkey King doing so much damage here, and Wretched Hag is sitting back, auto-attacking to her heart's content, and they're going to get 3 kills out of this, I do believe, but Monkey King is going to get killed, he can buy back, and I expect him to do so.
Hag!
Push this. They need the backdoor.
Go Hag, go.
Genocide.
Although, actually, maybe he doesn't have enough money to buy back, because he did finish that
love
Savage
God.
Mace.
And just,
Yeah, you need to just backdoor, buddy. Oh, wow, he went Harkin. Oh my god, that's dirty. Alright, he is
dirty,
doing
but he has to do
ridiculous
something. Like-
amount of damage.
oh, okay, here he goes. We're on Hag cam now.
Well, why doesn't he just go for top racks? We're not going to ask questions. It's the community, after all.
Come on, Ag. You can do it. You got, well, you know, it's like 15 seconds now.
Oh, don't! And he's getting raped by the creeps.
Alright,
Look
GG.
at this.
GG.
I almost hope he dies to Amon
GG.
Ra.
Oh, he's
Look at this.
cutting it close. Oh my god.
My God! Why? Why?
Okay.
What a throw and a half right there.
That sound... Okay, let's just let it be silent now. This, folks, is the sound of our hearts collectively shattering, realizing that there's nothing.
Alright, all I have to say is I disagreed with you that the game was over when he picked up Doombringer, because you have two people essentially dealing a ridiculous amount of DPS to 3 melee
Well, I said it
heroes
was
that can't
over
do
because
too
he's
much
apparently incapable of going and backdooring
Well,
for like
correct.
the next 10 minutes.
But
So-
that was just the biggest throw of tonight. As
And there we go.
throwing its-
Thanks, Hag. Thanks, Hag. I had
Shout
I
out
had a
to
hope.
Liz, who was it? Nightcrow for throwing the game and costing everybody 1,000,000 silver coins.